Okay, hello everyone. I'm Carrie, the owner and director of Element Yoga here in New Albany, Indiana, and also your host for the 2027 Wild Atlantic Awakening Retreat along Ireland's wild Atlantic coast. I'm so excited that you all are here, just learning a little bit more about what this retreat has to offer. And I'm happy to be able to share this presentation with you. I understand that saying yes to something like retreat can feel not only exciting, but it can feel very intimidating and maybe a little bit vulnerable, and even somewhat indulgent. And so I'm hoping that I can address some of those worries and concerns and feelings and emotions, and help you make a clear decision. So this is just really an opportunity for you to explore what the retreat experience is like and maybe feel a little bit more into whether or not this experience is right for you. So, why am I calling it the Wild Atlantic Awakening Retreat? This retreat is all about reconnecting with something within you that is untamed, something that's intuitive, something that's very deeply alive within yourself. And Ireland's western coast just naturally invites a sense of presence, reflection, awe, and simplicity. For those of you that don't know me, my husband's parents live along the west coast of Ireland. So this is a place that we have visited many times. It's a place that's very, very near and dear to our heart. And in this particular location in Ireland, the landscape itself really becomes a part of the practice and kind of a living part of the retreat. You have the rhythms and the sounds of the ocean. You have ancient stone. We'll actually be visiting an ancient stone formation called the Burren on our retreat. You have the elements, you have wind, you have rain. There's this sense of like vastness where you see just the endless ocean meeting the endless sky. And then there are so many opportunities just for inner stillness and inner silence as you just sit and peacefully look out over the beautiful cliffs that we'll be visiting. So, the core intention for this retreat is that retreat is not about escaping your life, it's about returning to yourself and living more fully. It's a time that you can slow down enough and actually listen inward. It's an opportunity for you to release your chronic overdoing. We live in a culture that almost idealizes overdoing, being productive, being go, go, go all the time. And Ireland is quite the opposite of that. The culture in Ireland is very slow. People take time to stop and interact with one another, to sit in the afternoon and have a cup of tea and just enjoy reconnecting with each other in that way. So, this is also an opportunity for you to reconnect to your own joy, to your own sense of wonder, to that sense of awe, and remembering that this world is a beautiful place to be. Retreat is also an opportunity for you to enjoy a supportive community. Oftentimes, the people that you meet on retreat are people that you will stay connected with for the rest of your life. But it's an opportunity for you to be in this really supportive space with other people who are looking for a different way of life. So they'll be able to support you in whatever changes you'd like to make when you leave from retreat. They'll be just there to support you through any revelations that you might have while you're on retreat. And it's just a really good opportunity to be with people who will support you along your journey. And then it's simply just a space to breathe and to be. There's nothing that you have to do while you're on retreat. In fact, I've taken care of everything for you. I've planned our excursions. We'll be fed during the day. You don't have to worry about planning meals. I have a full program of yoga classes, meditation, workshops, journaling, and other opportunities for you to participate in. But you can also simply choose to do none of those things, sit in the hot tub, the sauna, and look out at the ocean all day if that's what you choose to do. So it is an opportunity for you to just be in whatever way you want to be. Retreat is more than just a vacation. It's a great opportunity to travel and maybe see something that you have never seen before, but it offers a really intentional structure that supports your restoration. If you've ever been on a vacation before and you are the planners of vacation in your family, you know that despite the fact that you're away from home, vacation can feel exhausting. There's so much to think about and so much to do and so much planning involved. And you don't have to do any of those things. You don't have to organize any trips. You don't have to manage anything. When you are on retreat, all of those details are taken care of for you. Your yoga, your movement, your meals, your outings, and the community are all very thoughtfully curated so that you can, again, simply just rest, relax, and be. Maybe you're worried about your yoga experience. And I can tell you that there is absolutely no experience required to join retreat. There's no need to be an advanced yoga practitioner. In fact, we've had people join us on retreat before who have never stepped on a yoga mat. Beginners are always welcome. I have been teaching yoga for almost 2 decades, and I'm very skilled at offering modifications. So if you feel like something is challenging for you, we can always find a way to help you feel more successful in your practice. And rest is always honored and welcomed, especially on retreat. So you can just simply sit in the room with us, soak in the good vibes while we're practicing, and just sit and rest if that's what you choose to do. And then, of course, participation in every session that's offered is completely optional. So if you're just feeling tired one day, if you decide you would just like to take a walk or sit out on the grounds of the retreat center and enjoy the sunshine, you are welcome to skip any session that you feel necessary. So nothing is required of you while you are here. I just want to share a few slides showing you a little tiny glimpse of the experience that we'll have in Ireland. And I can tell you from my own personal experience that it doesn't matter how good the photographer is, photographs can never, ever do justice to the sheer beauty of this location. So here you're looking at the iconic Cliffs of Moher. Our retreat center is actually within walking distance of the official quote unquote park of the Cliffs of Moher. We are located actually on the cliff, just not within inside the boundaries of the official Cliffs of Moher. So we will be taking an excursion together to visit these cliffs and to learn a little bit more about this land formation. But this will be here for you to look at every single day that you're on retreat, if you wish. We'll also take a lot of walks while we're in Ireland. Walking is a big pastime. We can take some coastal walks along the cliffs. We can walk into some villages that are near the retreat center. We'll obviously walk around on our excursions. We'll be taking 2 excursions while we're on our trip, and those will both involve walking. We'll be looking at some of these really fantastic ancient ruins that you can find all over Ireland. And then we will spend some time in an Irish city. So we will be visiting Galway City. And in Galway City, we will take the time to stop in a pub, have a drink if you wish, listen to some traditional Irish music, and have a meal. And then, of course, the landscapes all around Ireland are not only gorgeous and beautiful, but many of them are sacred sites. And there's just this really amazing, sacred, ancient energy about the land. So we're going to go visit this particular area called the Burren, that is an ancient rock formation. And then one of my favorite things whenever we visit Ireland is that um, there are animals all over. You'll see cows everywhere you go. You'll see sheep everywhere you go. All of the cows and all of the sheep are free roaming in their pastures. They'll walk right up to the fences and let you hand them a handful of grass. They'll let you pet them and cuddle with them. So if you love animals, this is definitely the place for you. And then, of course, there'll just be a lot of time for exploring on your own, checking out all that the west coast of Ireland has to offer, and some time for just simply quiet contemplation if you choose. So, just to share with you a little day in the life, on retreat, the days unfold very slowly. We often wake with the first morning light and start our days in simple, quiet stillness. You'll be offered a meditation practice or a yoga asana practice first thing in the morning. From there, we will join one another in the dining area and have a nourishing brunch. And then after brunch, we'll have plenty of time for rest, for journaling, for contemplation, for personal exploration, or just for long walks into the villages and along the cliffs. On at least two of our days, we'll leave the retreat venue and head out with our wonderful guide, Patrick, to explore more of the western coast of Ireland, including the island of Inisheer, the Burren, and Galway City. And then in the evening, we'll join again for another community meal. Dinners often take an hour or more just to sit and talk and discuss our day, enjoy the food that they have prepared for us, and enjoy one another's company. And then there'll also be some quieting, contemplative evening practices to help us integrate our days on retreat. Retreat is a very important part of a modern life, I believe. When is the last time that you have had several days where you had nothing to do? You had nothing to plan, and you had nothing or no one to take care of. Many of us are chronically overstimulated and very disconnected from ourselves. We rarely give ourselves uninterrupted space to reset and to reflect. And retreat allows for a perspective shift. It allows for our nervous system to recover from its constant state of heightened alert and stress. It allows for proper restoration, and it helps creativity and clarity emerge naturally. And these are all things that we just really don't have space for in our day to day life. And one of the most important things about retreat is that it offers community and connection. It's one of the most transformative parts of every retreat experience. Having shared meals, shared conversations, laughter, and vulnerability really create these meaningful connections where we return home feeling more supported and more inspired and less alone. So we're retreating in the spring of 2027. We will retreat from April 30th to May the 6th. In your tuition, your airport transfer to and from the airport is included. You have 6 nights accommodation at the Cliffs of Moher Retreat, daily yoga and meditation classes, workshops and community circles. You'll get 2 meals per day, 2 group excursions, and use of the hot tub, sauna, and steam room. The things that are not included with your tuition are your dinner in a restaurant on Chef's Night Off, lunch during our Inisheer tour, your toiletries, any additional spa treatments like massage or reflexology, and the gratuity or tip for the kitchen and service team and for the tour guide and transportation drivers. Excuse me. And then also your airfare. is not included. So before we end today, just take a moment to sit and ask yourself, can you imagine yourself here? Can you imagine yourself walking the cliffs at sunset, practicing yoga every day overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, laughing over dinner with your new friends, and feeling rested in a way that is rare in everyday life? So if you're still considering joining us in Ireland, just remember that this retreat is ultimately an invitation. It's an invitation to step out of your routine, to reconnect with yourself, and to experience what becomes possible when you give yourself the space to truly just